Most traders don't actually blow their accounts on a bad trade. They blow their accounts after losing a trade. This is a concept that beginners and amateurs don't actually understand, and it took me a long time to figure this out, but it really is down to the best loser wins. Now, I'm sure you might have heard about that book, but I'm not here to talk about that book. I'm here to just talk about the concept of what happens after you lose the trade is probably the most important skill you're going to have to master and achieve properly as a trader so that you can survive and become consistent. So in this video, I'm going to go through the trap, what actually is happening within the process once you lose, and then the reaction right here, why it's happening, okay? And then after that, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you some clean solutions on how to get over the loss so that you don't blow your account. So this is an important video that you're going to want to watch this through to the end if you want to become consistent. If you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe. Let's get started. So first of all, it's the trap, the losing trap. It starts with a loss. You take a loss, and then you get emotional because when you take a loss, it's annoying. You feel like the market just took your money away and your ego is hurt, you're confused, you weren't expecting a loss, you wanted to win. So there's this emotional spike. And what happens then is your logic, your brain shuts off and your amygdala gets activated because you feel like you're under threat. You feel like something was stolen from you, so now you're reacting. And when the sympathetic system in your nervous system is activated, or the amygdala, automatically your prefrontal cortex switches off, the part of your brain where it's supposed to make logical, high-level decisions. That part switches off, and now you have this urgency. You feel like you need to make that money back straight away. You have to fix it. Your ego is saying that, whoa, 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 we need to fix this right now. And that is how you know you're in trouble. That is the beginning of the end. That is the beginning of your tilt. So you have that urgency, and when you're acting in urgency, you're not thinking clear. And then that's when you start to revenge trade. So now one loss becomes another loss, because you have to be honest with yourself. Once you take that loss, anything after that, you're not really in a good headspace, and you break your rules. You ignore all your confluences. You ignore your bias. You should be buying, but now you're selling all of a sudden. You're blank. Your mind goes blank. You don't know what to do anymore, and you're just revenge mode. You just want to get back. And so you go on a revenge tilt, and you get more losses, and then you blow your account on a big loss. And that is the cycle of doom, stage 3 cycle of doom that I talked about in my previous videos, where you learn a strategy, you take a loss, you get exhausted, and then you quit. And then you try again, and you can get stuck in this cycle every week or every year, every month. And so that's the trap that 90% of traders are stuck in. And I've helped a lot of my students break this loop. I broke it myself by understanding the techniques that I'm going to teach you at the end, how to apply them right after your loss. It's a simple protocol. It's a whole bunch of things that you can do. You have to understand first what is actually why this is happening. Before you take a trade, so it's a fresh new day, new week, and you have a trading plan, and you haven't taken any trades, and you're thinking logically. This logic happens over on the weekend. If you have ever done your weekend market analysis or pre-market analysis when things are calm, you tend to think better and you come up with a proper trading strategy or plan. And once you have a loss or you're in the live markets, you start getting emotional, and that is the reaction. And so if you're not aware of it and you start reacting instead of responding, but if you're reacting to whatever happens after a loss, you're gonna get stuck in this trap. You're not gonna have any control. You're gonna lose control. So the best thing that you can do as a trader, besides your strategy and your mindset and subconscious programming and regulating your nervous system, is really what happens after a loss. How do you react or respond? How do you not react, and how do you actually respond? And so that is everything, because that's going to determine whether or not you can continue trading the next day or you're going to blow your account that day. So it's really important to understand this. And unfortunately, this isn't something that is taught at the beginner level. You see, when the beginner starts trading, all they think that they need to do is figure out the strategy. The strategy is the easy part. It's not reacting after the loss, because every strategy is going to take a loss. And then you just have to wait for the setup again, maybe the next day or the next week. You have to be patient and wait, not be stuck here with urgency, trying to get into any trade, breaking all your rules to fix your ego, to get back at the market, to revenge trade. So if you're acting with emotion, then you're not going to make the best decisions. You're not going to make logical decisions. So this is really what's happening. It's your amygdala, the monkey brain or the lizard brain, which is in survival mode. So basically, you're trying to survive after the loss by making it back immediately. And when the amygdala is on, or you're reacting, your nervous system is reacting, there's a sense of urgency. So you'll know, because your stomach will feel sick. You'll become obsessed with a particular outcome. You'll become outcome obsessed. So now you can't stop looking at the chart. You're staring at the chart. Your breathing is shallow. All of these things means that you should not be trading. These are signs that you have to be aware of and pick up on and control. If you can't control that, then you're going to keep trading and you're going to keep making bad decisions. And then, boom, you blow your account. So there are a few ways that I teach my students, and free ways that you can apply as well, on what to do after the loss so it doesn't blow up in your face. And so the first one is quite simple. After you take a trade, you close the chart. Or if you take a loss, you close the chart, but close the chart. Think of the next trade that you take as a loss already. Are you okay to risk the 1% and lose it? So you make peace with that trade as a loss. So you're already sort of priming yourself that it could be a loss and it's not going to hurt. So you take that trade, and once you take it, and if you took the trade according to your plan, you weren't chasing price, you weren't FOMO, you weren't impatient, you got the right setup and you took the right execution, the best thing you should do is just close the chart and not try to obsess over the chart and micromanage. So you close the chart and it's out of your hands for that day. You go and live your life. Because the longer you stay around and stare at the chart, you're gonna get induced. It's gonna play tricks on your mind. You're gonna have pullbacks. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. It's going to give you emotional reactions. If you're staring at the chart, you're gonna be staring at your P&L, and then if you're staring at your P&L, every emotion, every decision is an emotional decision. So close the chart. That's one simple thing that you can do. Or have a one trade per day rule. If you make it a rule that you have one trade only for that day, then you're going to allow the trade time to play out. But more importantly, what happens after that trade, whether you win or you lose? Because also, if you win and you allow yourself to have more than one trade, you're now, if you took a win and you try to trade again, you're being greedy. There's no reason to keep trading. You came to the market to make money for that day. You made your money, go home, go leave, go do something else. So only have one trade per day. Or you took the loss on that one trade. If you want to continue trading, it's a revenge trade because you're pissed off. You're in a bad place. You're already trying to fix it. Anything after that, it's a fix. It's a revenge trade. It's an ego trade. And so you don't want to do any of that. And then another one, if you can't control it, is to just lock your platform. So you take the trade and you lock your computer, your trading platform, you lock everything for 12 hours. That way, you close the charts and you close your trading platforms and you lock it. That way, when it's locked, you can't open it again for another 12 hours. So there's, no matter what you try to do, you can't get back in. And that's going to force you to sit out. So if you took a loss, there's no way you can take another trade. And this one works really well. And then we have a mindset thing. Understand your edge. So one loss out of 100 trades is nothing. You have to really know your edge and know that you're going to take losses. And so when you think in terms of 10, 20, 30, or 100 trades, and you take one loss, you're not going to feel bad about it. You're going to remind yourself that, yes, it's part of your edge, that it's part of the probabilities of your edge, that you will take losses. It is to be expected. And there's no need to try to fix it. Just wait patiently for the next day, for the next week, for the next setup. And focus on the process, not on that outcome. Because if you can focus and respect your process, then part of your process should be 1 trade per day. So if you respect that and you can close your charts and walk away, that is also part of your process. It's not just getting into the trade. The whole process is everything from Sunday night till Friday afternoon that you do. So it could be Sunday is the day you mark out your charts and make your trading plan for the week, all your levels. If you're more of an intraday, if you're a scalper or short-term trader, then it would be pre-market. But you have a process, and it's everything leading to the trade and after the trade. You have to respect the process. There are other things you can do. Go for a walk. If you have a loss, go for a walk. Blow off the steam. Don't hang around. You can go to the gym. Because walking and going to the gym will regulate your nervous system automatically, temporarily for that. So like whatever discomfort you're feeling, whatever tension, having a gym session right after that will blow it off. We'll get rid of it, and hopefully after your 1 hour of gym session, you come back, you're not going to want to trade after that. There's other ways. Number 7, take a cold shower. You can take a cold shower. A cold shower will shock the nervous system, like freezing cold shower will shock the nervous system and snap you out of it and get rid of any emotional residue. Like you'll wake up and you'll just snap out of it. Okay, and you can do that forever. Every time you take a loss, that's a good one. Or you can just splash cold water on your face. The one that I like the most, that I work with for my students, that is the most effective and most permanent, is a specific tapping sequence. So it's a specific tapping sequence with psychological reprogramming and breathing at the same time, all mixed into one. And that is a permanent fix. And I've been able to clear myself, and I've cleared all of my students, and it just taps out the negative emotion that is trapped, the ego, the reason why you want to re-enter and fix and everything. If you can remove that at a subconscious level, completely out of your mind, out of your system, then you're never going to react to a loss ever again. And that's the kind of work that I do with my students. And if you want to go deep and you want to work on that at a deeper level, if it resonates, then you can check out the link in the description. If you don't want to, then you can do any of these. You can go for a walk, you can go for a gym session, whatever you want to do. These also work, they're just not permanent. Okay, these are immediate fixes. So I hope that this video was interesting for you. I really want to emphasize that it's important how you react after a loss, because that's going to determine the bottom line, whether or not you go on a tilt or not. And if you can master this, if you can control what happens after, you're going to break free, and you're not going to be like the other 90% of traders that keep repeating the same mistake and they don't know why. So I hope this was useful for you. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and like, subscribe, drop your comments below. Let me know which part of this you're struggling with the most, and I might make a video on it. But until next video, You're on your own. Take care now. Goodbye.